weird something.
There
you go. Alright. Alright, I guess this is it. Oh, I gotta go this way? This way. Okay, alright. Hi guys, it's us again. Don't mind the hair. I didn't blow dry it, just call me Scary Spice.
Neither did I. We're okay.
Today, we're going to make a quick recipe. And I'm going to give you it's called beer ketchup. I'm going to give you the instructions for one batch that you would use with your French fries or burgers or anything. And then you would just refrigerate it. But today, we're going to go through 2 steps. We're making 80 ounces. So we're going to can it. And I'm going to show you how to can it to make it shelf stable. Okay? So here we go.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright. I'm just going to give you the directions for one serving. Which it's 3/4 ketchup. It'll make a lot, but we want to make extra and store it. So you need 3/4 of a cup of ketchup. And I will tell you to measure out your ketchup and don't go by what the jar said, because that said 20 ounces and I measured it and there's only 16 in there, so they're lying to us.
Yeah, they're weighing it out with the ketchup in the bottle, not the actual contents in the bottle.
So I'm glad I did it and not went by the actual ounces, because my spices would have been off and it would have tasted funky. We don't want that. Alright. It wants 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Okay. Alright. It wants 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. Come on. Okay. It says add ground red pepper. I'll add a little bit. But Miss Danielle doesn't like spicy, so I'm just going to add a little bit. Okay. Now, it wants 1/4 cup of lager. I need 2 cups for me. Is it in there, Doug?
Yes, ma'am.
For ours, because we doubled the recipes. Well, more than double. Alright, so I'm going to measure out what I need is the 2 cups. But you only need 1/4 cup. Okay, that's 1. And I need another 1. But like I said, you are only going to need 1/4 cup. And just a little bit out of this one.
That's okay. It's beer. It won't go to waste in this house.
Or your house. Good. I'll just stick it in here. Get it out of the way. Alright, so that's it with the spices. Oh, so now pour that in. And that's it with this. So let me get another spoon. We're going to turn this on medium. Stir all our stuff. You're just taking ketchup, and we use the 100% natural tomato ketchup. I don't know how true that is since they lied about the ounces, but that's what we used. It's just upgrading your ketchup. And it tastes amazing. Alright, I have another pot right next to me. I'm going to water bath can this ketchup. Because that would make it shelf stable and you don't need to keep it in the refrigerator.
Only after you open the jar.
Correct. It's all mixed. Mixy mix. Alright. Put this away while I'm here. Okay. Alright. Now we heating that up. Now we're putting hot product into a jar, so we have to have hot water, because otherwise you might break the glass, might shatter. And that's why they do it. A cold product, you start it cold. So I don't even know if this is enough water, we're going to find out. I started boiling the water for the canner. You can use any pot big enough that you have that has a lid, okay? I like to put a splash of vinegar in all my canning projects, whether it's the pressure canner or the regular canner. So that's all, the water's ready to go. So when we load these jars, you'll see how easy it is. If you go buy, give you a for instance, you go buy a thing of ketchup from Sam's, or you get one of those number 10 cans, the really big ones, and you find it on sale, buy it, because this is what you can do. And anybody can do it. You don't need special equipment. You just need a pot big enough to hold your canning. We're water bath canning, not pressure canning. Difference. Water bath canning is quick. 1, 2, 3. Pressure canning takes time. But if you find ketchup on sale, this is a way you can make it shelf stable. But you don't. Once you open that one, what are you going to do with a big number 10 can of ketchup? You know, and a lot of times I see them on sale, and you do the same thing. You can put them in the jar cold. If your product is cold, you put it in the jar. We're trying to cook off the alcohol, is what we're doing. So if you put it in the jar cold, you would start with cold water in the pot. See, cold to cold, hot to hot. So you don't want to do any harm to your glasses. I'm still waiting. Come on. I could have used this pot, but it sometimes overflows when boiling, and there's not enough room because of the weight of the jars, the filled jars in there. So I decided to take out Mamba over here. We just want to get this hot and cook it for like 5 to 10 minutes to get the alcohol cooked down.
Beer is only for flavor, not for pleasure.
Right. We don't want to get your kids drunk, okay? We don't want to do that. We can do it straight, but, you know. And we wait. Alright, so this is... I don't know what I did. Oh, it's up there, okay. And I put a trivet inside mine from another pot, just to keep the jars off the bottom. I've seen people use dish rags and do the same thing. Either or.
Main thing is just keep
You
your
want
glass
it
jars
off the
off
jar,
the
yeah,
bottom.
because you don't want it having direct heat. It will explode. Or it can. Like I said, you can use a dish towel. Just make sure you got something under it. And you can make a big batch of this, and just like we're doing. And hey, you got ketchup for a while. His house not so much. Miss Danielle eats ketchup on everything.
Yes.
But here we'd have ketchup for a while.
Look like tomato soup.
Yep. All right, starting to come up. Tea. It does. It looks like tomato soup. Beer ketchup. Like tomato sauce, it'll start spitting all over the place if you don't take care of it. And just for reference, if you're cooking something that's going in cold into a water bath canner, it's called a cold pack. If you're putting in something hot, it's called a hot pack. Just giving you some learning. I'm giving you some learning. A lid on her. I think this is the lid. So she don't explode everywhere. Alright. I got 4 jars here. That means something's wrong with this jar. Let me go get another one. Alright, now I got 4. But I got 5. We'll see when we start pouring it into the jars. I don't know why I did that, staying in there. Okay, we're just waiting, guys. It'll be about 5 minutes. So,
Alrighty.
quick to make that, and then 10 minutes in the pot. You need to use the bathroom.
No. I'll just back to this.
Try to get this in as easy as possible without burning my hand. We're trying to help make sure it gets sealed. You don't want any bits on top. Do that to all of them. Dang, that's hot. Alright. There's the schmutz here. There it goes. Schmutz here. Alright, so we'll take our lid. Perfect. Oh, by the way, happy Easter, guys. You'll see this after. Okay. Alright. So we'll lift our jars into the water. And you're fogging up my glasses. And they're not off ones, but maybe I'll use these. Maybe a towel or something, because it won't all fit, man. It won't all fit on the grid. Okay. Okay. All right. You don't want the jars directly touching the bottom. Don't fall, please. Be nice. Hey, don't fall. Wants to play games, this one. Alright. Wouldn't be able to stir away. It would just be there. So, we're gonna now cover this. I'm gonna lower the temperature just a wee bit. It's medium, very medium high. And we're gonna set our timer for 10 minutes. That's all it takes, 10 minutes. And then we'll have jarred ketchup that Miss Danielle will probably use in a week. So yeah, just wanted to show you. It's shelf stable. We didn't have to jar it, but it was just something extra that I made it a teaching moment for those who don't know how to can.
Yeah, well, it's a short cook, so we have the extra time to show the extra process on canning it.
Right.
And since we got 9 minutes,
see a bonus
probably
video.
Time for a smoke.
Yes, it is. And we'll be back. See you in 10. Open the lid and let that stop boiling. Once it stops boiling, you're going to take your can thingy, you're going to lift it, and you're going to put it on a towel. And it has to sit there until it cools. And then it'll start popping. If they sealed right, they will start popping. Whatever didn't pop, no big thing. You'll just have to store it in the refrigerator. Or you can try canning it again. And you need any kind of pot. Just something enough to where it won't overflow on your stove when it starts to boil. Just needs to be a large pot. If you do 1 or 2, same thing. It doesn't matter. They're all the same. But this is the water bath canner that we use. We got another one. It's a little bit bigger, but it's wider, but it's not taller, so that wouldn't work. Seafood pan, you know. It won't work. It works for seafood. All right. It only takes 10 minutes. And then you're done. Then you're stocked. Not stocks. All right. So here we go. Stop being crazy, boil. Tip it a little, get the water off. On the side. Tip it a little, get the water off. Oh, you stop over there. And it's not cooking the ketchup. Not that it matters because we cooked it, but it's just gonna seal the lid.
And preserve all that love and goodness that's in there.
Right. And like I said, we didn't need to can this, but I just wanted to give you, since the other video would have been so short, the ketchup itself, I just wanted to give you something else to learn. Especially when you see those big cans of tomatoes or whatever. You could do this with tomato sauce. Anything. Just give you an idea of the things you can use. Because you know when you buy big in bulk, it's a lot cheaper. So when you see those deals, grab them. And this is an easy way. It takes 10 minutes. All tomato products. All broth. 10 minutes. Make chicken. Boil the chicken, make the broth from the bones. You have homemade beef broth or chicken broth, and you just 10 minutes water bath canning. If it has meat in it, it has to be pressure canned. But we're all done. We're just waiting for this pot to cool down so we can dump the water out and get the towel. But other than that, we're waiting for this to start popping, and you should hear it very soon. You'll start hearing beep, 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 and that's a good sign. That's what we want to hear. Come on. Don't. They will eventually go pop. I don't know why they're not all doing it at once. That's not a good sign, but they might still pop. You take the lid off, and when you're storing it, you don't want to store it with the ring because you want to be sure that that lid is tight on its own, because if it goes bad, that lid will pop. It'll be bad. You have to throw it out. You don't want to eat that. If you have to take one of these things to get the lid off, it's good. So just keep that in mind. And this always gives you a false sense of security, these things. So you never store stuff unless it's in your refrigerator see, it's loose because they siphon. So we'll just let this sit here. It's got to cool. And then you got ketchup. If it doesn't seal, put it in your fridge. It's not bad. Or try to reseal it. Clean the lid again. Try it over again. We're not going to go through that. I just wanted to give you a tutorial on canning. So